Start Vande Matram. Please take your seats. We welcome our Honorable President. Members, please to recognize the presence of Honorable President.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, esteemed Member of the Parliament, and my dear fellow citizens. It is my privilege to address this August House at the commencement of the session. Today, we need to deliberate on a vision that goes beyond economic growth. The theme before the House, Road to Viksit Bharat 2047, Balancing Growth, Equity and Sustainability, reflects our shared commitment to building a developed, inclusive and resilient India. By the centenary of our independence, India has made significant progress in recent years. Our economy continues to grow, digital transformation has accelerated governance, infrastructure has expanded rapidly, and India's standing on global stage has strengthened. These achievements have been possible through the efforts of our citizens and the commitment of the government. The first priority before this House is to build a future-ready and sustainable economy. Economic growth must be accompanied by environment responsibility. The government remains committed to promoting green growth, climate resilience and clean energy while encouraging innovation, artificial intelligence, startups and manufacturing. These efforts will create new opportunities for our youth and strengthen India's journey towards self-resilience. Our second priority is to build an inclusive society. Development is meaningful only when every citizen benefits from it. The government is committed to expanding employment opportunities, improving education and healthcare, empowering women and ensuring the growth reaches every section of society. A developed India can only build through equal opportunity and social justice. The third priority is to strengthen India's leadership in a changing world. India continues to promote peace, cooperation and mutual respect while safeguarding its national security. Strong diplomatic relations, strategic partnerships and growing trade ties will further enhance India's global influence and contribute to national prosperity. Honorable members, the responsibility of achieving the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 belongs to all of us. While opinions may differ, our commitment to the nation must remain united. I urge every member of this House to participate in these discussions with responsibility, dignity, and a spirit of constructive cooperation. Let this session become a platform for meaningful debate, innovative ideas, and collective action. Together, let us build an India that is prosperous, inclusive, sustainable, and respected across the world. With these words, I extend my best wishes for a productive and successful session. Jai Hind.
The leader of the ruling party will say motion of thanks. Honorable Speaker, respected President of India, honorable members of the House, it is both
Madam,
my
please
privilege
take yours.
and my solemn responsibility
Please take yours.
to move the motion of thanks on the address delivered by the Honorable President. Our government is committed to building a future-ready economy through green growth, climate resilience, artificial intelligence, startups, innovation, and manufacturing. We are creating opportunities for our youth while ensuring that development remains sustainable and inclusive. Our commitment goes beyond economic growth. We are strengthening education, healthcare, employment, and women-led development because no nation can become developed unless every citizen has the opportunity to grow. On the global stage, India stands stronger than ever. We remain firm in safeguarding our national security, expanding strategic partnerships, and strengthening our position as trusted global leader. Honorable members, history does not remember those who merely debated. It remembers those who delivered. The people of India expect leadership, responsibility, and results. Let us not allow political differences to become obstacles to national progress. Let this House send a clear message that when it comes to the future of India, we may belong to different parties, but we stand united for one nation, one constitution, and one shared dream, that is Viksit Bharat 2047. Together with determination, discipline, and unity, there is no goal beyond India's reach. With these words, I commend the Honorable President address to this House and move the motion of thanks. Jai Hind.
Now, the leader of opposition will say vote of thanks.
Honorable Speaker, I rise to participate in the motion of thanks on the Honorable President address. At the outset, I join this House in expressing my sincere gratitude to the Honorable President for the address. The President has presented a vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 founded on growth, equity, and sustainability. However, the motion of thanks is also an opportunity to examine not only what has been said, but also what has been left unsaid. The address speaks of rapid economic growth, but remains silent on whether that growth has translated into enough quality jobs for the youth. Development cannot be measured only by GDP. It must also be measured by employment, sustainability, and releasing most actions of government to every. The address highlights digital transformation and infrastructure. Yet it does not adequately address learning gaps in education, affordability, and infrastructure in healthcare, or the widening inequalities among both regions and people. Growth without inclusive growth will not demonstrate the benefits of Viksit Bharat. As the opposition, our duty is not to oppose the ruling actions. Our duty is to question, to scrutinize, and to improve public policy in the interest of the nation. Constructive criticism strengthens democracy and helps governments perform better. With these observations, I extend my thanks to the Honorable President while expressing the hope that the concern of the people.
Agenda of today's session is Viksit Bharat 2047, balancing growth, equity, and sustainability. Honorable members, the House will now come to order.
Singh Chaudan, Virendra Kumar, S. Jaishankar, Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah, Nitin Gadkari, V. Somanna, Manohar Lal Khattar, Prahlad Joshi, Rahul Gandhi, Gaurav Gokai, K.C. Venugopal, Shashi Tharoor, Manish Tiwari, Karthi Chidambaram, Kumari Selja, Saptagiri Shankar Ulaka, Pradyut Boladari, Adiranjan Chaudhary, Priyanka Gandhi Varada, Karan Singh Yadav, Manikyam Tagore, Varsha Gaikwad, Ragbul Hussain, Deepender Singh, Sonia Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, Tariq Anwar, Mohammad Javed, Ram Mohan Naidu, Mahesh Kumar, Udaya Srinivas, Appala Naidu, Kalisetti, Prasad Rao, Nagaraju, Shivnath, G.H. Harish, Ajay Kumar Mandal, Santosh Kumar, Valmiki Nagar, Giridhar Yadav, Kushalendra Kumar, Shrikant Shinde, Ravindra Vaikar, Naresh Mashke, Prataprao Jaidev, Shirang Barne, Chirag Paswan, Veena Devi, Shambhavi, Akhilesh Yadav, Rajiv Rai, Lalu Verma, Dimple Yadav, Ashamuddin Owaisi, Harshirat Kaur, K. Radhakrishnan, K. Subramanian, Fani Bhushan Chowdhury, Chingwang Konyak, Tangel Uday, V. Balashauri, Abhishek P. Beg Mittal Ashwa, M.O. Mitra, Kirti Azad, Mithun Reddy, Gumma Tanuja Rani, Suresh Reddy, Ravichandra, Parthasadi Reddy, T. Sumati, G.R. Shelvam, Kalinidhi, Dr. Kalinidhi, Dayanidhi Maran, Annadurai CN, Arun Nehru, T.R. Balu.
Are there any motions on the floor? Shri Rajnath Singh, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Rajnath Singh, like to lay a motion on the floor by suspending the roll session and move the opening statement with overall time period of 1 hour with an individual time span of 1 minute.
Members who are favoring this motion, please raise your placards. Motion in order. Members who are willing to say opening statement, raise your placards.
Speak. Yeah, speak. Speak from there. You have to say your opening statement from there itself.
Honorable Speaker, respected members of this House, a nation's progress is measured not by what it promises, but by what it delivers to its people. This principle lies at heart of today's debate. Every member of this House shares the vision of Viksit Bharat by 2047. The question before us is not whether India should be developed, but how what development is achieved. As an opposition, we believe with the growth without equality, equity creates inequalities. Progress without sustainability creates instabilities. And power without accountability weakens democracy. Our role is not to oppose development, but ensures it benefits of reach every citizen. Today, we will examine whether our economic policies creates opportunities, whether social policies leaves no one behind, and whether our global ambitions are supported by strong domestic foundation. Only then we truly call a developed nation. Thank you.
I stand here to represent the Bharat Rashtra Samiti (BRS) with a commitment to uphold the principles of federalism, social justice, and the inclusive development. BRS stands for policies that prioritize irrigation, agriculture welfare, quality education, and the employment opportunities. In this house, we will participate constructively, present practical solutions, and hold the government accountable in the interest of people. We have did so many things to Telangana. For example, Rait Bima, it is life insurance coverage for eligible farmers with benefits paid, coverage for eligible farmers with to their families in case of death. And the next one, KCR Kit, it containing essential items for newborns along with financial support for eligible pregnant women delivering in government hospitals. With these words, I look forward to a meaningful and productive debate.
I, Radhakrishna, arise to represent the voice of the CPI Communist Party of India as a representative committed to social justice and equality. I believe that the true measure of the developed India is not just economic growth, but the well-being of workers, farmers, students, women, and marginalized communities. While we support national development, it must be inclusive and benefit every citizen. We must ensure quality education, affordable healthcare, employment opportunities, and protection of constitutional values. Let this House engage in the constitutive debates, uphold democratic principles, and work together for an India where development reaches every village and every family.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker and respected members of the House. As the Union Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, I firmly believe that the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 can only be achieved through strong democratic institutions and effective lawmaking. Our goal is not just rapid economic growth, but growth that is exclusive and environmentally sustainable. Parliament has a crucial role in passing progressive laws, approving budgets, and ensuring that every policy benefits of all sections of the society. We must promote equality, quality education, employment, healthcare, and women's empowerment and green development while protecting our natural resources for future generation. Let us raise above political difference and work together to build a prosperous, equal, and sustainable India. Through constructive debate, cooperation, and accountability, we can transform the dream of Viksit Bharat into reality by 2025. Thank you.
I, Shri Uday Srinivas, representing the it is an hour to participate in this discussion on building hour to participate in this a truly inclusive and development India under the vision of Viksit Bharat. Development is meaningful only when every citizen has equal access to quality education, affordable healthcare, employment, equality education, and safety and dignity for women. As a member of the ruling alliance, I firmly believe that good governance, transparency, and public welfare must remain our highest priorities. At the same time, we must continuously listen to the people's concern and work together to address them effectively. Let us rise above political differences and dedicate ourselves to serving every citizen with commitment, accountability, and compassion. Together, let us build a stronger, inclusive, and prosperous Andhra Pradesh and India. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Honorable Speaker and respected members of this House, I, Amit Shah, stand before you today on behalf of the Ministry of Home Affairs with a profound sense of responsibility towards the security, unity, and integrity of our nation. Internal security and national unity are the unbreakable pillars upon which the vision of Viksit Bharat stands. The foremost duty and priority of this ministry is to ensure the safety of every citizen, strengthen internal security, protect our borders, modernize policy, and work in close coordination with the state. Over the years, we have strengthened our response to terrorism, significantly reduced left-wing extremism. We are currently working on enhancing border management, modernizing police infrastructure, and expanding our capabilities to combat emerging threats such as cybercrime. While challenges continue to evolve, this government remains committed to addressing them through decisive actions, constitutional governance, and cooperative federalism. Thank Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and respected members of the Parliament. As a president of Samajwadi Party under the ideology of minority protection and social equality to address the discussion of Viksit Bharat 2047 of balancing growth, equity and sustainability. As we all know, this is one of the most significant discussions before this House as it concerns India will turn out into developed country over the next 2 decades. But my question to this House, how the India should become a developed nation just by following the equity and sustainability, and how we can balance growth through this equality, because in our India still we was facing more communal riots and issues regarding inequalities. As the opposition, we must support the vision and ideology of the government, but we will examine whether the government's policies and the way of implementation is capable of achieving this objective or not. With these words, I look forward to a constructive and meaningful session on our agenda with Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Respected Member of Parliament, I, Priyanka Gandhi, raised on behalf of Indian National Congress to participate in discussion on the Agenda Road to Viksit Bharat 2047, Balancing Growth, Equity and Sustainability. The dream of developed India is to share a dream of every citizen, but development cannot be measured only by the numbers and announcements. It must be seen in the lives of ordinary people. The real question before the House is not just about creating a vision of 2047, but whether every Indian will be equal to opportunities, jobs, quality education, access to health care. As the opposition, we support the goal of Viksit Bharat, but we will question the gaps between promises and ground level reality. We believe development must be inclusive, sustainable and beneficial for all. In this debate, we will discuss economy, employment, education, healthcare, environment and India's global role. With this, I look forward to a strong and meaningful debate. Thank you.
Of this House. I stand before this House as the Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to present our vision for Viksit Bharat 2047. A truly developed India is not measured only by economic growth, but also by clean air, clean water, healthy forests and a safe climate. Our government's vision is to ensure that development and environmental protection move forward together. We are committed to promoting green growth, strengthening climate resilience. We are committed to promoting green growth, strengthening climate resilience, protecting our natural resources, and building a cleaner, healthier India for future generations. Our vision is clear: a greener India, a stronger India, and a Viksit Bharat by 2047. Jai Hind.
Honorable Speaker and all other co-parliamentarians present here, a very pleasant good morning to one and all. I, K.C. Balu, representing from Rajahmundry Party. A nation with greater vision turns today's aspirations into tomorrow's achievements. India has always moved forward through a strong vision and determination of its people, as every generation has added something valuable to the country's overall progress. The vision of Viksit Bharat 2047 is one such agenda which reflects the hopes and aspirations of every citizen in the country, and it provides equal and fair opportunities for every citizen in the country without any bias. So, I would like to conclude by saying that the greatest achievement of any nation is not the vision it dreams of, but the future it creates for its every citizen. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and the respect members of this House. I rise today on behalf of the Samajwadi Party to participate in this important discussion on Road to Viksit Bharat 2047. Every Indian dreams of a developed nation and we all support that vision. However, a truly developed India cannot be built on economic growth alone. Development is meaningful only when it reaches every farmer, and every woman and every family. If our youth remain unemployed, if farmers continue to struggle, of Eluru carrying the hopes and aspiration of millions of the people from Andhra Pradesh, I raise to express the TDP's full and unwavering support for the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. The pillars of the agenda: growth, equality and sustainability, and externally who are the national needs. When you talk about green growth, I see our families adopting sustainable farming. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, respected members of House. I rise today to present the vision of the Ministry of industry and commerce towards building a Viksit Bharat through inclusive growth. A developed India is one where economic process A developed India is one where economic progress reaches every citizen. Our goal is to create an Our goal is to create an environment where industries flourish, business innovate, and employment opportunities expand across both urban and industrial India. We are committed to strengthening MSMEs, encouraging startups, attracting investments, promoting the Make in India initiative, and enhancing India's global trade competitiveness. Inclusive growth means ensuring that Inclusive growth means ensuring that women entrepreneurs, young innovations, farmers, artisans all become equal partners in India's economy. Let us work collectively. Let us work collectively to build an India that is not only economically strong but also equitably self-reliant and globally respected. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, respected Member of Parliament. I rise on behalf of Indian National Congress to participate in this discussion. On the agenda, Road to Viksit Bharat 2047, Balancing Growth, Equality, Sustainability. This is the one of the most important discussion before this house, because the future of our country depend on how we balance economic growth with the need of every citizen and protection of our environment. The questions before the house is not only about becoming a developed nation, but about we can achieve the development in a fair, sustainable way. As the opposition, we support the vision of a developed India, but we examine whether the policies implementation and results are truly reaching every section of a society. During this debate, we will discuss economy, employment, education, healthcare, environment, national security, and Indian roles in the world. With these words, I look forward a meaningful and constructive debate. Thank you.
Developed nation by 2047 focused on growth, jobs, governance. It highlights ideas like self-reliance, digital development, better education, health, and empowering youth, farmers, and women. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Jai Hind.
Honorable Speaker, respected ministers, and esteemed members of this House, I, Appalnadu Kalisetti, proudly representing the Telugu Desam Party, today as we discuss Road to Viksit Bharat 2047, Balancing Growth, Equity and Sustainability, I stand in support of a vision that ensures development reaches every citizen. The TDP believes that a developed India is possible only when every young person gets quality education, every family has access to healthcare, every woman is empowered, and every youth has employment opportunities. We are committed to attracting industries, promoting AI, startups, innovations, and green energy to build a strong and sustainable economy. Our government also believes in transport governance, farmer welfare, infrastructure development, and inclusive growth, so that no region and no section of society is left behind. Together with determination, good governance, and public participation, Andhra Pradesh will play a leading role in achieving Viksit Bharat 2047. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Jai Hind.
A very good morning to Honorable Speaker and Deputy Speaker and co-parliament members. We speak of Viksit Bharat 2047 as destiny, but destiny is not delivered by the slogans. It is earned by the confronting and uncomfortable truths. First one is growth. As we remain that fastest growing major economy, 6.3 projected for financial year 2025-2026 by the World Bank. At manufacturing, the engine of mass jobs at justice at 14% of GDP in 2025. Fair from the 25% we once targeted. Without fixing this, Atmanirbhar Bharat becomes import dependent Bharat. And second one, sustainability. We crossed 283.46 gigawatts of non-fossil capacity in 5-year plans 2025-2026 at mid 51.5% of in July 2025. But the economic survey We will export solar panels and import technology tomorrow. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, respected Prime Minister, esteemed ministers and distinguished members of the House, I rise today on the behalf of Ministry of Labour and Employment to present our vision for building a Viksit Bharat by 2047. A developed nation is built not only through economic growth but through meaningful employment, skilled youth, safe workplaces and equal opportunities for every citizen. A skilled and empowered workforce will be the foundation of a self-reliant, innovative and globally competitive India. These priorities align with the national vision of Viksit Bharat, which emphasizes youth participation, inclusive growth and nation building. Our goal is to equip every young Indian with the skills, opportunities and confidence needed to contribute to nation building. Together, let us build an India where every hand finds meaningful work and every dream finds an opportunity. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to speak on behalf of the BRS party, introduce the core issue. For example, Agrarian Crisis Central Fund elongation or federal rights and establish how it impacts the people Telangana. The Telangana model briefly contrasts the issue with BRS governance to position the party as a responsible, development-oriented. Mission Kakatiya focus on the restoration and rejuvenation of lakes and irrigation tanks to improve water storage and agriculture. Asra pensions provide monthly pensions for eligible elderly people, widows, persons with disabilities and other vulnerable groups. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Honorable Speaker, respected co-parliamentarian members, I, Kinjarapu Rammohan Naidu, here to present our vision for Viksit Bharat 2047 through a strong and modern civil aviation sector. Aviation is the backbone of a developed nation. It connects cities, supports business, boosts tourism, and creates jobs. Under our government, we are expanding airports, strengthening regional connectivity through the UDAN scheme, and in LAC, air travel affordable for every citizen. As we move towards 2047, our focus is on world-class infrastructure, advanced technology, and the highest safety standards. We are taking strong steps to reduce challenges like bird hits, improve air traffic management, and ensure smooth and safe travel. Our goal is to make India a global aviation hub where even the smallest towns are connected to the big opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, T. Sumati, rise today as a proud member of Parliament, representing the Rajahmundry Kazagam, the DMK, with a firm commitment to uphold the principles of social justice, federalism, secularism, and inclusive development. Our party firmly believes the strength of India lies in its diversity and that every state deserves equal respect, every language deserves equal dignity, every citizen deserves equal opportunity. We believe that governance should be people-centric, not publicity-centric. Development should be inclusive, not selective. Democracy should encourage dialogue, not division. The people expect a government that listens before it speaks, consults before it decides, and serves before it celebrates. Those are the values that I proudly uphold as a representative of the DMK. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Speaker, respected members, I, Ravindra Vaikar of Shiv Sena Party, rise to speak on the motion before this House regarding the vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. At the very outset, I would like to submit that Shiv Sena firmly believes that a developed India cannot be achieved by economic growth alone. True development is measured by the dignity of the common citizen, the prosperity of our farmers, the aspirations of our youth, the safety of our women, and the strength of our democratic institutions. Development must not remain limited to metropolitan cities. It must reach every village, every district, and every section of society. The vision of Viksit Bharat will be meaningful only when no citizen is left behind. Today, I stand not merely to support a vision, but to discuss how that vision can be transformed into reality through effective governance, accountability, and people-centric policies. The Shiv Sena believes that development must be people-driven, not publicity-driven. As responsible legislators, we must debate not slogans, but solutions, not intentions, but implementations. With these observations, I place my views before this House. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, respected members of the House, today I, Nitin Gadkari, stand before this House as the Minister of Road Transport and Highways to speak on the vision of Viksit Bharat. A developed India needs strong infrastructure, and roads are the backbone of our nation's progress. Our government is expanding highways, building expressways, and improving rural road connectivity to ensure faster transportation, better trade, and greater employment opportunities. Good roads connect villages to cities, farmers to markets, students to schools, and businesses to new opportunities. We are also committed to improving road safety and promoting sustainable and modern transport. With better connectivity and world-class infrastructure, we are moving towards a stronger, prosperous, and self-reliant India. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Respected co-parliamentarians, I raise on the behalf of INC not to oppose for the sake of opposition, but to speak for 1.4 billion Indians. We all share the dream of Viksit Bharat 2047.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, respected members of the House. I, Arun Nehru, stand here today representing Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam to the vision of a prosperous and inclusive Viksit Bharat 2047. As India approaches 100 years of independence, development must not be measured only by GDP growth, but by social justice, inequality, quality education, health care, and opportunities for every citizen. The DMK believes that a strong India is built on strong states and cooperative federalism. Every region, language, and culture must be respected and empowered to contribute to national progress. Our vision for 2047 is an India where technology drives innovation, youth lead transformation, and women participate equally in development. And no citizen is left behind due to caste, religion, language, or economic status. Together, let us build a development, secular India. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and respected parliamentarians. Today, we stand united with a shared vision of building Viksit Bharat, a developed, self-reliant and inclusive India by 2047. This vision is not about achieving higher economic growth. It is about ensuring that every citizen, every village, every entrepreneur, every farmer, every woman, and every young person becomes a partner in our nation's progress. Development is merely measured by economic growth or modern infrastructure. It is measured by the opportunities available to every citizen, the dignity of every worker, the prosperity of every farmer, the empowerment of every woman, and the aspiration of every young Indian. Let us rise above political differences and work together with one purpose to transform aspiration into achievement and ensure the journey towards Viksit Bharat is driven by inclusive growth, sustainable development, and equal opportunities for all. Thank you.
As the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, I believe that the dream of Viksit Bharat can only be realized when development reaches every sections of society. Our ministry is dedicated to ensure the scheduled caste, other backward classes, persons with disabilities, senior citizens, transgender persons, and all disadvantaged communities are empowered through equality, education, employment, opportunities, skill development, social equality and equal rights. A nation becomes truly developed when no citizen is left behind. Together, let us build an India where opportunity is universal, justice is accessible, and every individual contributes to nation progress. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Tariq Anwar rise on behalf of the Indian National Congress Party to participate in this important discussion, Road to Viksit Bharat 2047. Every member of this House shares the vision of the developed India by 2047. However, the true measure of development is not merely economic growth, but whether that growth is inclusive, sustainable, and reaches every citizen. A truly Viksit Bharat must create quality employment, strengthen education and healthcare, empower women, support farmers, startups, and MSMEs, and promote innovation while protecting our environment. As the opposition, we will support every policy that advances the national interest while constructively questioning gaps in implementation and proposing practical alternatives with the spirit of democratic accountability and constructive debate. I look forward to today's deliberation. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Pratap Rao Jadhav of Shiv Sena, rise in this house today to support the government led by our Prime Minister. Today we are speaking on the most important resolution before us, Road to Viksit Bharat 2047. 2047 will make our 100 years of independence. The question is not whether India is developed, but how. And Maharashtra, under the double engine Sarkar of Shiv Sena and BJP, is already laying that road. Under this NDA government, we have seen so much development and infrastructure that touches every corner of Maharashtra. We promise to the Maharashtra, Shiv Sena is born to protect Hindutva and Marathi pride. This is not alliance of parties, this is alliance of Maharashtra's future. Jai Hind. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and respected parliamentary members. I, Rajiv Roy, as the voice of the Samajwadi Party, the road of the Viksit Bharat 2047 cannot be built on empty slogans, systemic neglect of farmers, the guaranteed rights of the ruler poor. I want to clean state the Samajwadi Party stands against this. True national development is not achieved, but replacing a demands drive rights to work with a supply drive when 14 states are wet finally notified the new framework and our field and bond remain distract. Such hurried policies will only widen the rural and urban divides through programs required empowering the economy, ensuring MSP graduate and creating infrastructure, not decision that the weakness of the work. The Samajwadi Party demands a focus of real individuality so growth stage every village. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, respected member of this House, arise today the present views of Shiv Sena on the vision of Viksit Bharat. A developed India is not built merely through impressive statistics or towering infrastructure. It is built when every citizen feels secure, every youth gets meaningful employment, every farmer receives dignity, every woman feels empowered, and every state prospers while preserving its unique identity. Shiv Sena family believes that a true development begins at grassroots. We support modern infrastructure, industrial growth and technological advantage. But development must also protect our culture, strengthen local economic and ensure opportunities for our youth. A strong nation is built by a strong state and a prosperous Maharashtra always be a prosperous pillar of India. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, respected members of the House. I stand on behalf of the ruling party. With pride and responsibility, our government has worked for the nation's progress through economic growth and infrastructure development, digital innovation, women empowerment, and youth welfare. We have introduced several people-centered policies to improve the lives of the citizens and strengthen and country's future. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, respected members of Parliament. I appear as a representative of Indian National Congress to align with the nation-building movement Viksit Bharat 2047 for balancing growth, equity and sustainability. The reason for this debate is to ensure India a developed nation by 2047. However, a true development cannot be measured by statistics alone. Rather, it must reflect in the life of every citizen. Today, this House has the responsibility of fulfilling the aspirations of people. With these words, I look forward for a progressive and purposeful debate. Thank you. Jai Hind.
on the opening part, I would like to begin with the fact that our government has done great deal towards developing India, and the Viksit Bharat scheme is yet another step towards this greatness. And I believe that there isn't much to add to it, but as our Honorable Minister Piyush Goyal has mentioned, we are aiming to be economically strong, equitable, and self-respected nation in this world. And as our Honorable Minister Shashi Tharoor has mentioned, the dependence on imports is not a reliance. Rather, it is to strengthen domestic manufacturing while simultaneously engaging trusted partnership. Success should not be judged by overall economic benefit and not by imports alone. I would like to end my opening statement by referring to our Madam President. We are aiming for prosperous, inclusive, sustainable, and respected country across the world. One count, one constitution, and one shared dream. It is Viksit Bharat 2047. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, history does not remember those who merely discuss the future. It remembers those who have the courage to build it. Today, this House carries that responsibility. Our agenda is Road to Viksit Bharat 2047. We will deliberate on building a future-ready economy powered by innovation, green growth, and technology, creating an inclusive society through employment, quality education, healthcare, and women-led development, and strengthening India's global leadership through national security, diplomacy, trade, and strategic partnerships. The challenge before us are real, but India's resolve is stronger. This is not the time for division, delay, or hesitation. It is the time for vision, responsibility, and decisive action. A developed India cannot be built by one government or one party alone. It must be built by 1.4 billion Indians united by one purpose. Together, let us shape a stronger, safer, more prosperous, and inclusive Viksit Bharat by 2047. Jai Hind.
I, Gaurav Gokai, could like to lay a motion on the floor by suspending opening statement and move on to the question hour, overall time span of 1 hour.
Members who are behind this motion, please raise your placards. Motion in order.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My question is to Ministry of Women and Child Development. The government says Viksit Bharat 2047 will be including half of Indian population cannot participate equally in economy, education, leadership, and workforce. On what basis the government claim that India has become a developed nation? The Viksit Bharat 2047 will be a developed nation. For that, on that sake, I told that. Our question is to Ministry of Women and Child.
Honorable Speaker. Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Our question we asked to certain ministry, Ministry of Women and Child Development.
Article 74 and 75 of Indian Constitution clearly mention that there is a collective responsibility in Lok Sabha and any parliamentarian, any minister can answer to any question.
I'll explain again our question. I asked specific about education, empowerment, economy, leadership, and workforce. For certain ministry, I think certain ministries, according to Constitution, the certain ministries provided in parliament, then a parliament person stand and should answer at least. And secondly, point of order. We asked Women and Child Development.
Ministry of Railway stood and is saying right to follow up. What answer did government given for right to follow up?
Point of information and point of order. I would like to ask the leader of opposition where the constitution has mentioned that a particular ministry should answer that particular question. The constitution has clearly mentioned that there will be a collective responsibility only, and that would be according to the parliamentary convenience. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, can I speak in Telugu? The ruling government ఇప్పుడు మన ఎజెండా ఏంటి? వికసిత్ భారత్. మేము వికసిత్ భారత్ మీద ఉమెన్ అండ్ చైల్డ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ క్వశ్చన్ అడిగాను. ఇట్స్ వాళ్ళ ఇష్టం, లైక్ ఏ మినిస్ట్రీ అయినా చెప్పొచ్చు. కానీ మేము ఉమెన్ అండ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ స్పెసిఫిక్గా మెన్షన్ చేసి ఆ మినిస్ట్రీకి అడిగినప్పుడు ఆ మినిస్ట్రీ ఉండి ఒక పోర్ట్ఫోలియో ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అట్లీస్ట్ ఆ మినిస్ట్రీ నించోవాలి కదా. ఆ మినిస్ట్రీ ఇన్కాపబిలిటీ అని చెప్పి ఇన్కాపబుల్గా ఉన్నారని చెప్పి ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ అనేవాడు డిఫెండ్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు. ఒకసారి ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ డిఫెండ్ చేసుకుంటున్నారు. అగైన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్డర్ స్పీకర్. క్వశ్చన్ అవర్లో పాస్ త్రూ చిట్స్ అనొచ్చు అని తెలియదు మాకు. అంటే డైరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్స్ అని పాస్ త్రూ చిట్ అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ 0 అవర్ అండ్ క్వశ్చన్ అవర్?
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. The only difference between 0 and question hour is, in question hour you have to ask questions based on agenda. In 0 hour you can ask questions anything of public importance.
Point of order, Speaker. I think our question is based on agenda only. Point of order, Speaker. We need answer. Why they are arguing with us? Just anyone stand and answer, right? Why simply arguing, debating with us? Then we are not getting any answer and they are debating with us.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. If they want to answer, they have to be patient and they have to wait. Let the member of that ministry reply so that the session will continue. Thank you.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. The leader of ruling party Narendra Modi ji has stated that we need a patience. We asked patiently and the answer they didn't give, the particular ministry didn't give, and they're talking about collective responsibility. And the railway minister stood up and is saying right to follow up. I don't think if someone give answer then they'll get right. They'll tell the right to follow up. The ruling party, no one give answer for us, and someone stood up and telling right to follow up. And that ruling party is criticizing us to be a patience. For what?
To be a developed nation by 2047. And I would like to ask the EB that the question is passed and moved to next question, but still they are asking the same question.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. As a member of leader Narendra Modi ji said that question is passed, but we didn't get the answer. And how can we pass the another question? And agenda, can I speak in Telugu? వికసిత్ భారత్ ఎజెండాలో ఉమెన్ అనేది ఒక పిల్లర్. ఉమెన్ కోసం ఎజెండా కోసం మాట్లాడుతుంటే క్వశ్చన్ పాస్ చేసేస్తున్నారు. మళ్ళీ అదే క్వశ్చన్ అడిగితే ఆన్సర్ లేదు అన్నప్పుడు ఆన్సర్ లేదని చెప్పండి. క్వశ్చన్ పాస్ చేస్తే ఇంకా అదే క్వశ్చన్ అడగకూడదని రూల్ ఏం లేదు కదా. మీరు ఆన్సర్ చెప్పాలి. ఎందుకంటే 4 పిల్లర్స్లో ఉమెన్ అనే వాళ్ళు రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఉమెన్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేసినప్పుడు మన చైల్డ్ అండ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ మినిస్ట్రీ కావాలో తప్పేం లేదు. అండ్ అకౌంటబుల్, ద చైల్డ్ అండ్ మినిస్ట్రీ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఇస్ అకౌంటబుల్ దట్ వీ నీడ్ ఆన్సర్.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. The fourth pillar of Viksit Bharat is women, the Nari Shakti. The goal of Viksit Bharat is to increase women's participation in national building. As the opposition is questioning how can you do that, the focus areas were education through various policies, safety through various laws, entrepreneurship through various measures like Stand Up India, where we provide special incentives for ST/SC, including women, and political participation. And political participation through 33% reservation in Parliament and Lok Sabha, Parliament and Legislative Assemblies, and employment and financial empowerment through Nadi Mudra Yojana, and education through Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and we are going to introduce more schemes for the welfare of our women, and they are going to play a key role in the Viksit Bharat. Thank you.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Speaker, can I please talk in Telugu? Yeah, Narendra Modi ji said that women are empowered by education. But see, Honorable Speaker, According to Team Labs Education Tech report, more than 80 to 90% women are in informal sector. Then what's the use of implementing the policies like education? There are so many policies in education, but without informal sector, in informal sector, 80 to 90% are performing. What's the use of these schemes?
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. Right. Honorable co-parliamentarian has pointed out that a significant amount of women happen to be in informal sector. I'm afraid that these statistics have been skewed a little bit because a good part of Indian jobs, employment happen to be in informal sector. And that is a completely different issue that the government has been actively dealing with. Organized sector is to protect our employed people. And naturally, in order to make sure that they can get away without having to stand up to this responsibility, there are many people, companies and all that who do participate in informal sector employment. Unfortunately, it happens. Yet, we are doing our very best to make sure that this thing decreases. So, in informal sector, I believe there is a very significant amount. Overall population of Indians are employed in informal sector. So, unfortunately, it also means that women are part of it. Also, secondarily, the reason why a significant section of women are in informal sector is simply because of societal pressure. Because they are not allowed to go out and they are not given fair wages often, they end up taking up informal sector jobs. And in order to ensure this doesn't happen, our government has come up with many schemes and to empower them. For example, self-help groups, or well, as our Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned, many other schemes like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. At the end of the day, no matter how much the government does, the amount of awareness and inspiration among the people still needs to increase. And we are also doing our part in increasing that awareness and providing a golden path that the women can walk. As it is, maybe the statistics right now are not that great. It is one of those reasons that women happen to be one of the 4 central pillars for Viksit Bharat of 2047. So here's to hoping that it will get better. There are schemes. We are trying our best. Thank you.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Can I talk in Telugu? Yeah, my co-parliamentarian said that most of the informal sectors are. Can I talk in Telugu? My parliamentarian said that most of the women are not going outside, so that only in informal sector 10% of jobs are there for women. But not all informal sectors are household. Many informal sectors is outside, and women have to go outside the house and work in the informal sectors. Then there is the words which are said by the co-parliament is totally disagreed.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Not to be the devil's advocate, but I've never claimed that women do not go outside. I've just claimed that because of societal pressure, they end up in jobs that are not as protective of them. And that we are doing our very best to protect them. I hope our Honorable co-parliamentarian will be able to correct himself. Thank you.
It is the rule and guidelines given to the co-parliamentarians that never point a finger to the honorable parliamentarians.
My question to the Education Minister. If Viksit Bharat aims to build a knowledge-driven democracy, how can restricting digital platforms be considered a solution when the real problem is the failure to prevent paper leaks?
Honorable Speaker, right to reply. Can I speak in Telugu? First, paper leak అయినందుకు మేము ప్రతి స్టూడెంట్స్కి ఆస్పిరెంట్స్కి సారీ చెప్పుకుంటున్నాము.
అది క్లియర్గా మా ఫాల్టే. అండ్ రీసెంట్గా జరిగిన నీట్ పేపర్ లీక్ దాని మీద మేము సిబిఐ ఎంక్వైరీ చేసాము అండ్ రీనీట్ అనేది కండక్ట్ చేసాం. సో మా క్లియర్ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటంటే ఏ ఆస్పిరెంట్కి అన్యాయం జరగకూడదు. ప్రతి ఆస్పిరెంట్ కష్టపడి ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి ఎగ్జామ్ రాసి సిన్సియర్గా ఎగ్జామ్ రాసి క్వాలిఫై అవ్వాలి. అండ్ సో వీ హ్యావ్ కండక్టెడ్ రీనీట్ అండ్ వీ డిడెంట్ టుక్ ఎనీ అండ్ మేము మళ్ళీ దానికి ఛార్జెస్ ఏం తీసుకోలేదు. అండ్ ఫస్ట్ మేము కండక్ట్ చేసిన నీట్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఒక ఫీజు ఏదైతే ఉందో అదంతా రీఫండ్ చేస్తాం. సో అండ్ ఇదే కాకుండా ఇంకా ఎస్ఎస్సి పేపర్ లీక్స్ ప్రతిదాన్ని మేము చాలా ఎక్స్ట్రా ప్రొటెక్షన్ ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ సీసీటీవీ సర్వేలెన్స్ పెంచుతున్నాము. అండ్ డిజిటల్ అవుట్లెట్స్ మెయిన్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే urban areas lo we have sufficient infra, but when coming to rural areas there is no sufficient infra. So we are developing trying to develop for every district there is a fully ప్రతి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్కి మేము ఫుల్ కంప్యూటర్ బేస్డ్గా ఒక ఎగ్జామ్ సెంటర్ అనేది నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ కల్లా కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తున్నాము. అండ్ దట్స్ ఆల్ యువర్ అన్న, దట్స్ ఆల్ యువర్ స్పీకర్.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Our co-parliamentarian Education Minister has said that we have refunded the money, but will they bring back the lives of people who committed suicide? As per the report, there are 12 to 14 members who have committed suicide. Can they bring back their lives? And same thing they have said last year when it came to the leakage of NEET paper.
Right to follow up, Speaker. Not only this year, since 2019 onwards, 65 major examination paper leaks are happening in India. Not only 2026, in 2024, NEET UG 2024 exam paper also leak. Along with that, UGC NET 2024 paper also leak. And also, ruling party government one act implemented, Prevention of Unfair Means Act 2024. But there is no use of this act because the act was passed in 2024. In 2026, there is major two paper leaks are happening. One is NEET UG 2026 and another one is Maharashtra teacher eligibility test also paper leak has happened in 2026 only.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. Please allow me to speak in Telugu. సో ఏదైతే అపోజిషన్ వాళ్ళు చెప్తున్నారో అవన్నీ కరెక్టే, పేపర్ లీక్స్ జరిగాయి, పీపుల్ చనిపోయారు, బట్ వీఆర్ సో సారీ ఫర్ దట్. అండ్ అదర్ దెన్ దట్ వీఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ టు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ సిబిటి మోడ్. అంటే ఆల్మోస్ట్ ప్రతి ఎగ్జామ్ని కూడా కంప్యూటర్ బేస్డ్ టెస్ట్గా చేస్తే పేపర్ లీక్స్ని కంట్రోల్ చేయొచ్చు. బట్ అవర్ పార్లమెంట్ హాస్ మెన్షన్ దట్ రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లో అంత ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ లేదు. అంటే యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ 70 years నుంచి అందరూ కళ్ళు మూసుకొని ఉండడం వల్ల ఆ టెక్నాలజీ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది రూరల్ ఏరియాస్కి వెళ్ళలేదు. బట్ 2014 తర్వాత మేము వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఆల్మోస్ట్ వీఆర్ ట్రై టు ప్రతి డిస్ట్రిక్ట్లో అలాంటి ఒక టెస్ట్ సెంటర్ ఏర్పాటు చేయడానికి ట్రై చేసాం. ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజెస్లో పర్మిషన్ తీసుకొని అక్కడ ఎగ్జామ్స్ కండక్ట్ చేయడం స్టార్ట్ చేసాం. అపోజిషన్ మెన్షన్ చేసినట్టు 50 పేపర్ లైక్ దే హ్యావ్ మెన్షన్ నెంబర్ దట్ ఇన్ని పేపర్స్ లీక్ అని చెప్తున్నారు కదా, అంతకుముందు పేపర్స్ లీక్ అవ్వలేదా? అండ్ లెట్ మీ కోట్ సమ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్. ఆల్ ఇండియా ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఎంట్రన్స్ in 2007, CBSE Class 12 Accountancy 2006, Haryana Class 11 and 12 Board 2011, AIMS Entrance Delhi 2012, CBSE 10 and 12 Board Economics Paper 2014. సో పేపర్ లీక్స్ వాళ్ళ గవర్నమెంట్లో కూడా ఉన్నాయి. వాళ్ళు అప్పుడు ప్రాపర్గా మెజర్మెంట్స్ తీసుకుంటే మాకు కొంచెం ఈజీగా ఉండేది. బట్ వాళ్ళు చేయలేదు కాబట్టి మేము చేయాలి కాబట్టి అఫ్ కోర్స్ వీఆర్ ప్లానింగ్ అండ్ విల్ మేక్ ఇట్ షూర్ దట్ ఫ్రమ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ దెర్ విల్ బి 0 పేపర్ లీక్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Point of order, Speaker. Can I permit in Telugu? Can I speak in Telugu?
ప్రైమ్ మినిస్టర్ నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు చెప్పినట్టు మా గవర్నమెంట్లో ఎగ్జామ్స్ లీక్ అయ్యాయని చెప్పారు కదా. బట్ మా గవర్నమెంట్ సైమల్టేనియస్లీ ఇయర్ తర్వాత ఇయర్ ఏం లీక్ అవ్వలేదు. ఇంకోటి ఆల్రెడీ నీట్ అనేది లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ లీక్ అయింది, ఈ ఇయర్ లీక్ అయింది. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎఫిషియన్సీ ఆఫ్ అంటే ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్ ఏం చేస్తారో నాకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఆల్రెడీ ఒక ఇష్యూ అయినప్పుడు రెక్టిఫై చేయాలి, మాడిఫై చేయాలి. ఇంకోటి 70 years ఆఫ్ రూల్ అంటారు. 70 years ఆఫ్ రూల్లో మేము రూల్ చేసాం, తర్వాత లైక్ కోalition గవర్నమెంట్స్ వచ్చేదారు, మెనీ గవర్నమెంట్స్ హ్యావ్ బీన్ అరైజ్డ్. సో ఏదైనా స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు మేము అడిగే క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడు ఎజెండా ఏంటి, యూత్ ఎజెండాలో ఫస్ట్ పిల్లర్ ఇస్ టు యూత్ అన్నప్పుడు యూత్ కెరియర్ ఎలా ఇంపాక్ట్ అవుతుంది, నీట్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఇలాంటి ఎగ్జామ్స్ మీద బేస్డ్ ఉంటుంది. ఒక్కసారి నీట్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఈ ఇయర్ అయినందుకు సారీ అంటే ఒక సారీతో ఒక పర్సనల్ లైఫ్ అనేది మారుతుంది. ఒక సారీతో లైక్ రూలింగ్ గవర్నమెంట్ చెప్పే సారీతో ఒక స్టూడెంట్ కెరియర్ మారుతుంది అంటే ఇట్స్ వెరీ గుడ్, ఇట్స్ వెరీ నేచర్. బట్ ఎగ్జామ్ లీక్స్ అవుతున్నాయి, అన్ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ పెరుగుతుంది, మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళు వికసిత్ భారత్ 2047 అంటున్నారు. వాట్ ఈస్ అసలు ఏంటి? ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? ప్రతి ఇయర్ డిలే. ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? ప్రతి ఇయర్ డిలే ఆఫర్ డిలే ఒకటి. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాపర్ యూసేజ్ రూల్స్ అండ్ రిమైనింగ్ థింగ్స్. పేపర్ లీక్స్ అయితే మెయిన్ టఫ్ ఇండియాకి. ఇంకా ఒక ఇండియాకి ఒక నెగిటివ్ మార్క్ కింద ఉండిపోద్ది ఫ్యూచర్లో. నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నానంటే లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఉంది, ఈ ఇయర్ ఎందుకు మాడిఫై చేయలేదు? అట్లీస్ట్కి ఈ ఇయర్ కూడా పేపర్ లీక్ చేస్తారంటే నెగ్లిజెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్ అండ్ రూలింగ్ గవర్నమెంట్.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the question has been very expansive, so I'll answer it on 3 points. Firstly, the reason why it happened. So I believe our honorable co-parliamentarian has mentioned this particular point that there hasn't been consecutive leaks. So first, I would like to point out the fact that right now our government, particularly this contemporary era, is on the cusp of technological change. We are going through an integration of various administrative bodies. This means that, and also India is in a running race to keep up with the technological changes happening in the outside world. So in this process, basically, it means that the students themselves, they are coming up with more innovative ways to cheat their way into better seats. Now, I'm not going to claim that we have stopped all those and all that, because the more we try, the more new will come, and it's all right. We will try our very best to make sure that those who deserve merit will get their chance. Also, please let me finish. Because of where the change that is happening right now, from completely normal paper pen towards complete technological integration, there's also going to be some systematical errors happening, and that is possible reason why these leaks keep happening. Now, let me move on to the second thing, the suicides, the destroyed lives, and honestly, that's a whole year in a student's life that's missing. Gone forever. It will not be coming back. And the opposition raised a great point in regards to this. So in regards to this, the government, so the thing is, the main reason why this is having such a negative impact, because for example, if you take for civils, there are many who lose and who don't make it till the end. But still they learn from the journey and they are able to reconcile with themselves simply for one reason, because they know they've become better through it. Now, why is it that, in contrast, NEET is not as hard as UPSC? At least it's not supposed to be. It is supposed to be a simple college exam. So why is it that students are dying? So there is now a strong need for better mental health initiatives. Our government is presently working on them. And alongside it, we also need to raise mental awareness, which is also in the works. Now let's go on to the third part, the delays. I'm afraid I am addressing our co-parliamentarian on the delay bit. Our education minister has never overtly said that there was a delay, and the supposed delay happening is not official. So I would like that to be a point of order, if it's all right. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
సో హానరబుల్ స్పీకర్ పేపర్ లీక్ అయింది, అలాగా స్టూడెంట్స్ చాలామంది సూసైడ్ చేసుకున్నారు. దానికి మా గవర్నమెంట్ తరపున అపాలజైజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో ఈ పేపర్ లీక్ అయిన తర్వాత ఇదే నీట్ ఎగ్జామ్ రిజల్ట్స్ని మేము ఫైనల్ చేయలేదు. మేము మళ్ళీ ఎగ్జామ్ పెట్టాం, ఎగ్జామ్ పెట్టాం. సో ఈసారి ఎగ్జామ్ పెట్టినప్పుడు మేము సోషల్ మీడియా లార్జెస్ట్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ టెలిగ్రామ్ అనే దాన్ని ఒకరోజు బ్యాన్ చేసాం కంప్లీట్గా. అండ్ ఆ ఎగ్జామ్ కొంచెం స్ట్రిక్ట్గా జరిగేలా చూసాం. ఇన్ కేస్ ఫ్యూచర్లో ఇదే ఏమైనా కంటిన్యూ అయితే, ఇలాంటి సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఏమైనా వస్తే మేము టెలిగ్రామే కాదు ఎనీ అదర్ సోషల్ మీడియా ప్లాట్ఫామ్ బ్యాన్ చేయడానికి మేము సిద్ధంగా ఉంటాం అని చెప్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆనరబుల్ స్పీకర్.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Firstly, as external minister, Indian foreign external minister has been stated that it's a student problem. It's all about students' mistake. In her, can I speak in Telugu? ఫారెన్ అఫేర్స్ మినిస్టర్ తను డిఫెండ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇది ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్ ప్రాబ్లం కాదు, స్టూడెంట్స్ ప్రాబ్లం అంటున్నారు. స్టూడెంట్స్ మిస్టేకే అయితే, ఇఫ్ స్టూడెంట్సే టెక్నాలజీ వాడుతుందంటే హౌ కెన్ ద మినిస్టర్ కెన్ టెక్నాలజీ అప్డేట్ అయ్యి క్వశ్చన్ ఇంకా డెప్త్గా ప్రిపేర్ చేయొచ్చు. అలా అని చెప్పి స్టూడెంట్స్ మిస్టేక్ అని బ్లేమ్ చేయకూడదు. అండ్ మై సెకండ్ పాయింట్, కె శివనాథ్ గారు మాట్లాడినట్టు ఐ థింక్ ఏమన్నారు, పేపర్ లీక్ అవడం వల్ల టెలిగ్రామ్ బ్యాన్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇస్ ఇట్ ఆర్టికల్ 19 ఈస్ వైలేటింగ్ ఫ్రీడమ్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్? మై క్వశ్చన్ డి నాట్ కంప్లీటెడ్. ఇప్పుడు పేపర్ లీక్ అనేది టెలిగ్రామే అని ఎలా ప్రూవ్ చేస్తారు? సో మెనీ సోషల్ మీడియా ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్, హౌ కెన్ దే కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ అండ్ టార్గెటింగ్ ఫర్ వన్ ఛానల్? లైక్ వాట్సాప్, ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్, యూట్యూబ్, చాలా మంది ఛానల్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు టెలిగ్రామ్ అని ఎలా అంటారు? ఇంకోటి సెకండ్, మై మేజర్ ఇస్, ఒకవేళ వాళ్ళు క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లీక్ అయింది అన్నప్పుడు, క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్ లీక్ అయింది అందుకు మేము టెలిగ్రామ్ ఛానల్ బ్యాన్ చేసామంటున్నారు. టెలిగ్రామ్ ఛానల్ బ్యాన్ చేయడానికి లైక్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్స్లోకి ఫ్రీడమ్ ఆఫ్ స్పీచ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ వైలేషన్ అవుతుంది కదా. సో నా సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, ఫండమెంటల్ రైట్ స్పీచ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ వైలేషన్ అయినా కూడా పర్లేదు, మన మినిస్టర్ ఇలాగే ఉంటారు, మేము ఇలాగే చెప్తాం అనుకుంటే ఇట్స్ ఫైన్. వాళ్ళ క్వశ్చన్స్ వాళ్ళు చెప్పే ఆన్సరు. ఇంకోటి, పేపర్ ఎందుకు లీక్ అయిందంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ మిస్టేక్ అంటున్నారు. ఇంకో లించని ఫాలోఅప్లో ఇది మొత్తం టెలిగ్రామ్ చేసింది, మేమేం చేయలేదు అంటున్నారు. దట్ కె శివనాథ్ గారు మాట్లాడింది మొత్తం టెలిగ్రామ్ చేసింది అని చెప్తున్నారు. వీ నీడ్ కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. రైట్ టు ఫాలో.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. It seems our co-parliamentarian takes joy out of twisting our words, because I have never on record said that it is students' fault. I would request the co-parliamentarian to amend this statement right this moment and re-say the whole thing.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Can I speak in Telugu? Honorable Speaker, నేను మెయిన్గా టూ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్స్ నేను రేస్ చేస్తాను. ఫస్ట్ థింగ్, కన్సిక్యూటివ్గా మనకి పేపర్ లీక్స్ అయ్యాయి. నరేంద్ర మోడీజీ ఏం చెప్పారంటే, ఈ ఇయర్ లీక్ అయిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ మేము కంప్యూటర్ బేస్డ్ ఎగ్జామ్ చేస్తున్నాం అన్నారు. కాకపోతే అదే ముందు ఇయర్ చేయొచ్చు కదా, ఇదే కంప్యూటర్ బేస్డ్ టెస్ట్ ఎగ్జామ్. ఎవ్రీ స్టేట్ ఎంసెట్ ఎగ్జామ్ అనేది అవుతుంది. The state exam follows CBT exam. Then why the central government exam was not conducted on CBT exam? And the second thing, Honorable Speaker, our co-parliamentarian said that the NEET exam is not that much difficulty exam, and there is no matter of dying of students. She has raised this voice, Honorable Speaker. See, so many students are taking so many dropouts, 2 to 3 years, 5 years. There is only one chance to join in the MBBS seat. If they want to join privately, it will it take much even one seat costs 1 crore, then it is very important exam for the ordinary people. Then how can I chase that exam?
Parliamentary inquiry, Honorable Speaker. Our co-parliamentarian has not recognized their mistake. Further, it seems another person of another co-parliamentarian has made further erroneous mistakes in regards to what I've said before, and I would like both of them to correct their mistakes and restate the question, because that is what is the right process. This I submit as my parliamentary inquiry.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Right to reply. First, my co-parliament question. Okay, can I speak in Telugu? First, my co-parliament కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ రేస్ చేశారు. సారీ. ఎంసెట్ వర్సెస్ నీట్. ఎంసెట్ ఎందుకు సిపిటీలో చేస్తున్నారు, నీట్ ఎందుకు చేయలేకపోతున్నారు? ఎంసెట్ అనేది ఒక స్టేట్ కండక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. స్టేట్లో ఉండే స్టూడెంట్స్ పాపులేషన్తో స్టేట్లో మహా అయితే ఎంతమంది, ఒక 8 lakh స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎంసెట్ రాస్తారు ఒక ఇయర్లో. అదే నీట్ చూసుకుంటే 22 lakhs యాస్పిరెంట్స్ అనేది ఎగ్జామ్ రాస్తున్నారు. సో 8 lakhs. సో ఎంసెట్ ఎగ్జామ్ అనేది మేము ఆన్లైన్ ఎగ్జామ్ చేయడం ఈజీ. కాకపోతే ఆల్రెడీ ముందే చెప్పాను, రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లో ప్రాపర్ ఎగ్జామ్ సెంటర్స్ లేవు. సో మేము దాని మీద వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాము. అండ్ ఇంకో క్వశ్చన్, ఆర్డినరీ పీపుల్ కోసం ఒకటే ఛాన్స్ అన్నారు. ఇక్కడ నీట్ ఎగ్జామ్ అనేది ఆర్డినరీ పీపుల్ కోసం, రిచ్ పీపుల్ కోసం, మిడిల్ క్లాస్ పీపుల్ కోసం అనేది కాదు. అది అందరికీ సమానమే. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు 1 crore కట్టాలంటే గవర్నమెంట్ కూడా అంతే ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తుంది ఒక స్టూడెంట్ మీద. ఎగ్జామ్ టఫ్నెస్ అంటారా? ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్ అనేది దేవుడితో సమానం అంటారు కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జామ్ ఈజీగా ఇట్టు కూడా మనం స్టూడెంట్స్ని తీసుకోవచ్చు. కాకపోతే వీ వాంట్ గుడ్ మెరిట్ స్టూడెంట్స్. సో ఎగ్జామ్ అనేది టఫ్గానే ఉంటుంది. ఎగ్జామ్ టఫ్గా లేకపోతే మెరిట్ స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎలా వస్తారు? 1 year టైం తీసుకుంటున్నారు. 1 year ఎంత ప్రిపేర్ అయినా సరే వాళ్ళ ఎగ్జామ్లో రాసే 3 hours వాళ్ళ ఫ్యూచర్ని డిసైడ్ చేస్తుంది. అండ్ టెలిగ్రామ్ ఎందుకు బ్యాన్ చేశారు? అసలు
ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్ట్రీ ఎగ్జామ్ టఫ్నెస్ గురించి మాట్లాడారు. బట్ వీ డిజెంట్ రైజ్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్ అబౌట్ ద టఫ్నెస్. ఎవ్రీ ఎగ్జామ్ హ్యాస్ ఇట్స్ ఓన్ టఫ్నెస్. అందుకే దాని ఎగ్జామ్ అంటారు. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓల్డర్ ఎగ్జామ్. అండ్ సెకండ్ థింగ్, మన ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్కి షిఫ్ట్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ ఉంటాయని తెలియదేమో. పాపులేషన్ అంటున్నారు, అంటే స్టేట్లో 9 lakhs, సెంట్రల్ అయితే 23 lakhs. అయితే ఏముంది, షిఫ్ట్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ పెట్టొచ్చు కదా. ఎందుకు ఎస్ఎస్సీ ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా షిఫ్ట్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నారు? మరి మన ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్కి తెలియదు అనుకుంటా.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. Please allow me to speak in Telugu. I would like to answer a few questions raised by parliamentarians, the opposition parliamentarians. The first thing is Telegram issue. The Telegram was banned for temporary, not permanent, and they questioned about the constitutional ga ela correct and question chesaru kada. The thing is, temporary Telegram ban was imposed under section 69A of the Information Technology Act 2000, read with 2009 blocking rules, and justified as a reasonable restriction under Article 19 Surplus 2 of the Constitution on the grounds of maintaining public order and protecting the integrity of the NEET UG re-examination. And the same thing is also upheld by the Delhi High Court, as the government had statutory authority under 69A. The restriction was temporary, not permanent, and the objectivity is protecting the integrity of the NEET re-examination and preventing fraud was legitimate. Targeted takedowns had reportedly proved ineffective because new channels kept reappearing, so the court found the temporary platform wide restriction proportionate in the circumstances. And coming to the computer-based test, మా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ మినిస్టర్ ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే లాస్ట్ టు స్పీక్ ఇన్ తెలుగు ఆల్రెడీ ఓకే. ద థింగ్ ఈజ్ రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లో ఆర్ బ్యాక్వర్డ్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్స్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నార్త్ ఈస్టర్న్ స్టేట్స్ ఇంటర్నెట్ కనెక్టివిటీ ఉండదు. అది సింపుల్గా అయ్యే మ్యాటర్ కాదు కదా. ఫర్ సదరన్ స్టేట్స్లో ఎంసెట్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఈజీగా అవుతుందని చెప్పి అన్ని స్టేట్స్లో అలాగ అవ్వాలని లేదు. దేర్ ఆర్ వేరియస్ ఇష్యూస్ లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎలక్షన్ జరిగినప్పుడు వెస్ట్ బెంగాల్లో టీఎంసీ రూలింగ్లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈవీఎంస్ని పగలగొడతారు కదా. సేమ్ అలాగే ఇంటర్నెట్ లైక్ ఎగ్జామ్ సెంటర్స్ని బ్లాక్ చేసే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎగ్జామ్ని డిస్టర్బ్ చేసే ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇవన్నీ చూసుకొని ఎగ్జామ్ కండక్ట్ చేయాలి. అండ్ వీఆర్ లాస్ట్ టైం లీక్ జరిగినప్పుడే వీ ఆల్రెడీ మేడ్ ఎ ప్లాన్ ఆర్ దట్ మినిస్ట్రీ హాస్ ప్రపోజ్డ్ ఎ ప్లాన్ అండ్ వీ లుక్ ఆఫ్టర్ ది బడ్జెట్ చూసుకొని నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ నుంచి ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం అండ్ విల్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ ఫ్రమ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ హానరబుల్ స్పీకర్. ఇప్పుడు మిస్టర్ నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు చెప్తున్నారు కదా, రూరల్లో మనకి నెట్ సర్వీసెస్ అవన్నీ ఉండవు, సో దానికి డెవలప్ చేయడానికి ఇంకా టైం పడుతుంది, అప్పుడు ఇంకా బడ్జెట్ రావాలి అని చెప్తున్నారు కదా. కానీ చాలా రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లో అలాగే చాలామందికి అందరికీ కంప్యూటర్ వాడడానికి సర్వీస్ ఉండదు కదా. అంటే వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకోవడానికి అందరూ నేర్చుకోవాలని రూల్ ఏం లేదు కదా. సో చాలామందికి రాకపోతే వాళ్ళు ఎలా ఎగ్జామ్ రాస్తారు? నీట్ ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి కూడా వాళ్ళకి కంప్యూటర్ వాడడం రానప్పుడు హౌ దే కెన్ రైట్ దేర్ ఎగ్జామ్? మై క్వశ్చన్.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to speak in Telugu to better communicate. సో ద అపోజిషన్ కరెక్ట్గా పాయింట్కి వచ్చారు. మా పాయింట్ అదే, రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లో ఇబ్బంది ఉంది, ఆ ఇబ్బందిని తగ్గించడానికే కొంచెం టైం కావాలి. ఆ టైం నెక్స్ట్ ఇయర్ నుంచి మేము బెటర్గా ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తాం. సో అపోజిషన్ the opposition has done a great favor for us in solving the issue. Thank you so much.
Parliamentary inquiry, Honorable Speaker. My request for the our co-parliamentarians to amend their statements and to take back their erroneous words has not been paid heed to. So I believe there have been two instances where they've twisted my words. One where they were talking about me saying that it is completely students' fault. It is not. I said that there are many other elements in play. I was pointing out to the variability and unpredictability of the world that is on the cusp of transformation where new technologies are being introduced. Secondly, I believe our honorable co-parliamentarian also mentioned that I said that NEET is very easy or something of the sorts. I have not. I have simply mentioned that the NEET examination is very hard, and yet this, a failure or something of this sort is being taken so hard by students because there isn't any proper mental health initiatives, and that our government is working on it. It seems the opposition seems to have ignored completely about the mental health and were clinging to the point where they thought could be something where they can point out and give a question with. That's all. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Parliamentary inquiry. I think that the time period or a time being of question hour is completed. I think the 1 hour or the 2 hour is completed. So I request 1 hour is completed. So I request Honorable Speaker to give a break or move on to the next motion.
Honorable Speaker, I, Amit Shah, would like to lay a motion on the floor by extending the time period of question hour to another 45 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My question is to Minister of Environment. India is home to rich biodiversity, yet wildlife deaths and habitat loss continue to rise. What is the government long-term plan to continue to reverse this trend?
Honorable Speaker, the government is preventing illegal poaching by increasing forest patrols, using drones and camera traps, enforcing strict wildlife laws, and involving local communities in wildlife conservation. These measures help protect wildlife under their habitats, and also Project Tiger, Project Elephant. India has more than 100 national parks. India has 500 plus wildlife sanctuaries. Right to reply.
Honorable Speaker, the government is preventing illegal poaching by increasing forest patrols, using drones and camera traps, enforcing strict wildlife laws, and involving local communities in wildlife conservation. These measures help protect wildlife and their habitats. And also Project Tiger, Project Elephant. India has more than 100 national parks. India has 500 plus wildlife sanctuaries.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Environmental Minister stated that importance and water. Sorry. May I talk in Telugu, Speaker? ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ మినిస్ట్రీ గారు ఏం చెప్పారంటే మనకి ఇండియాలో ఉన్న వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ శాంచురీస్ గురించి వాళ్ళు తీసుకున్న వాటి గురించి చెప్పారు. బట్ అకార్డింగ్ టు మినిస్ట్రీ ఆఫ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్, ఫారెస్ట్ అండ్ క్లైమేట్ చేంజ్, బిట్వీన్ 2019 and 20 and 23-24, 528 elephant deaths are happened. And we are taking certain measures, the government told, but National Tiger Conservation Authority in 2025, 166 tiger deaths are taken place.
The Environment Minister has been told that we are conservating forests and animals through Project Tiger. I have an example. Ken Betwa River link project involves diversion of forest land, and it includes the part of Panna Tiger reserves. Can you speak in Telugu? ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ మినిస్టర్ ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే యానిమల్ పోచింగ్స్ అవడానికి మేము ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నామని చెప్తున్నారు. ఎస్, వాళ్ళు ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, మేము ఒప్పుకుంటాం. కానీ ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు ఎకనామిక్ గ్రోత్ దానికోసం అని చెప్పి కెన్ బిట్వా రివర్ లింక్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనేది కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. అక్కడ వాళ్ళు ఏం చెప్పారు, మేము ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం ఉండే వాళ్ళే అక్కడ పన్నా టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి. వీళ్ళు ప్రాజెక్ట్ అని చెప్పి ఏం చేస్తున్నారంటే ఆ టైగర్ రిజర్వ్స్ నుండి ఆ హ్యాబిటేట్ ఉంటాయి కదా, హ్యాబిటేట్ బయోడైవర్సిటీ ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి అనమాట. అండ్ ఇట్స్ ఆల్సో క్లెయిమింగ్ దట్ వీఆర్ ప్రొటెక్టింగ్ యానిమల్స్ అండ్ ద హ్యాబిటేట్స్.
Allow me to speak in Telugu, Honorable Speaker. So there is a concept called man-animal conflict. సో అదేంటంటే మనం ఎంత ప్రాజెక్ట్ టైగర్, ప్రాజెక్ట్ ఎలిఫెంట్ అని ఎన్ని స్కీమ్స్ పెట్టినా, ఎన్ని ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ చేసినా ఎలిఫెంట్స్ని, టైగర్స్ని, యానిమల్స్ని మనం కంట్రోల్ చేయలేం. అది వాటి నేచర్. అండ్ నేషనల్ పార్క్స్, వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ శాంచురీస్, బయోస్పియర్ రిజర్వ్స్ ఇలా చాలా ఉన్నాయి. బట్ వాటికి హ్యూమన్కి మధ్యలో ఒక ట్రాన్సిషన్ జోన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ ట్రాన్సిషన్ జోన్ని ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయడం కోసమే లైక్ వీఆర్ బ్రింగింగ్ మోర్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ సోలార్ ఫెన్సింగ్ చేస్తే ఎలిఫెంట్స్ చనిపోతాయి. అలా అని చెప్పి ఫార్మర్కి సోలార్ ఫెన్సింగ్ పెట్టద్దంటే అతని పంట నష్టపోతుంది. సో వీఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ టు లైక్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్సిటూ కన్జర్వేషన్ కష్టమైనప్పుడు ఎక్సిటూ కన్జర్వేషన్ ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం. సో దానికోసమే జూలాజికల్ పార్క్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేస్తున్నాం. అండ్ ద అపోజిషన్ ఈస్ మెన్షన్డ్ a point that Ken Betwa river linking project. That is a wide debate about infrastructure versus environment. ఒక కంట్రీ డెవలప్ అవ్వాలంటే ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఎంత ఇంపార్టెంటో ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ కూడా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అక్కడ ఉన్న వాటర్ కిందకి రాకపోతే ఇరిగేషన్ అనేది కష్టం. ఇరిగేషన్ లేకపోతే ఇండియా మేజర్గా అగ్రికల్చర్ మీద డిపెండ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి ఇరిగేషన్ ప్రాబ్లం అయితే అగ్రికల్చర్ డౌన్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ దే ఆర్ టాకింగ్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ దే నెవర్ మేడ్ ఏ ప్రాజెక్ట్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ 1950 ఫస్ట్ ప్లానింగ్ కమిషన్లో వాళ్ళు ఎన్ని డ్యామ్స్ కట్టారు? ఆ డ్యామ్స్కి ఫారెస్ట్ క్లియరెన్స్ ఎలా వచ్చింది? చెట్లు కట్ చేయకుండా డ్యామ్ కట్టారా? లేదు కదా. ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఇంపాక్ట్ అసెస్మెంట్ కండక్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత పర్మిషన్ వస్తే దానికి ఆల్టర్నేటివ్గా డిఫారెస్టేషన్ ఇక్కడ జరిగితే అఫారెస్టేషన్ ఇంకొక చేసేలా సుప్రీంకోర్టు, హైకోర్టు గైడ్లైన్స్ తీసుకొని ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఇంపాక్ట్ అసెస్మెంట్ జరిగిన తర్వాత ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ యాక్ట్ 19, ఐఎమ్ నాట్ షూర్ అబౌట్ ద ఇయర్, ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ యాక్ట్, వైల్డ్ లైఫ్ ప్రొటెక్షన్ యాక్ట్ ఇవన్నీ Like under those lines, we are making those projects. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, ఇందాక మా co-parliamentarian mention చేస్తున్నారు. Can I get the permission to speak in that? ఇందాక మా co-parliamentarian ఫారెస్ట్ అసెస్మెంట్ గురించి మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు. దెన్ దట్స్ ఏ వ్యాలిడ్ పాయింట్, ఐ యాక్సెప్ట్ అబౌట్ దట్. బట్ రీసెంట్గా జరుగుతున్న అరవల్లి హిల్స్ విషయంలో సుప్రీంకోర్టు ప్రాపర్ అసెస్మెంట్ చేయకుండా, ప్రాపర్ ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ చేయకుండా, వై డిడ్ దే ఎవర్ పాస్ ఎ జడ్జ్మెంట్?
The honorable parliamentarian has mentioned that Supreme Court has not done proper environmental impact assessment. It is not the duty of Supreme Court to done environment impact assessment, and no one should criticize the Supreme Court, the honorable court. Thank you.
Right to order, honorable speaker. Order. Point of order, honorable speaker. Can I speak in Telugu? Whenever there is ఎప్పుడైతే ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ డిగ్రేడేషన్ అయ్యిందో, రూలింగ్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఏం చెప్పిందంటే దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ మెజర్స్, అంటే ఎంత డ్యామేజ్ అయిందో మెజర్స్ కూడా చేస్తారని చెప్పారు. ఐఎమ్ స్టేటింగ్ వన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. అస్దియో ఆరంద్ అనే ఇట్ ఈస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద largest contiguous forest in India, and major of the carbon sink is done by this forest. And this government make a scheme, one agenda that there will be 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon sinks will be reduced. This is one of the agenda which was kept by the government, but they have kept this agenda, but they have eroded most of this continuous forest. And our ruling government talked about the elephants, diversity of elephants, but thousands of elephants have been died due to this coal mining. I am asking my ruling government what measures they have did for eroding this environmental disaster. Sir, Asdiro Aran anedi India's largest contiguous forest. Okay. అయితే ఫర్ కోల్ మైనింగ్ గవర్నమెంట్ హ్యాస్ థౌజండ్స్ ఎకర్స్ ఆఫ్ ల్యాండ్ని కోల్ మైనింగ్కి ఇచ్చింది. అయితే అవర్ రూలింగ్ గవర్నమెంట్ టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ ఎలిఫెంట్స్, కన్జర్వేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిఫెంట్స్ ఎక్సెట్రా. డ్యూ టు దిస్ మైనింగ్ మోర్ దెన్ థౌజండ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిఫెంట్స్ హ్యావ్ బీన్ డైడ్, అండ్ ద గవర్నమెంట్ హ్యాస్ డన్ నథింగ్ ఫర్ measures. Just they give compensation to the tribal people. Then what the government did in this case?
Right to follow up, Honorable Speaker. May I permit to talk in Telugu? మా కో-పార్లమెంట్ క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ మినిస్టరు మేము క్వశ్చన్ లైక్ మా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, ఫస్ట్ మా టీమ్మేట్స్ ఇలా అడిగారు, ఏంటి ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ పోచింగ్స్, యానిమల్ పోచింగ్స్ అవుతున్నాయి. వాళ్ళు ఏమన్నారు, దానికి మేము ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయడానికి CCTV సర్వేలెన్సెస్, నెక్స్ట్ ఇలా కొన్ని ప్రాజెక్ట్ టైగర్స్, అలా కొన్ని ఎలిఫెంట్స్ అని చెప్పారు. దానికి మేము కౌంటర్ ఏమి ఇచ్చామంటే, మీరు ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, కానీ మీరు ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేసే అక్కడ మీరు ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయడానికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు మీరు అక్కడ కొన్ని ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కడుతున్నారు, దానివల్ల అక్కడ ఉన్న హ్యాబిటేట్ అనేది లాస్ అవుతుంది అని చెప్పాం, ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతుంది అని. ఇప్పుడు మా కో-పార్లమెంట్ ఏం చెప్తున్నారంటే, అదే ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ తీసుకున్నారు. హసిద్దో అరాంద్ ఛత్తీస్గఢ్ అనే ప్లేస్లో ఒక పెద్ద కోల్ మైనింగ్ అనేది అవుతుంది అనమాట. అదేంటంటే ఫారెస్ట్ని డైవర్షన్ అనేది అవుతుంది. మన ఎజెండా ఏంటి, సస్టైనబిలిటీ. ఒకవేళ సస్టైనబిలిటీ గురించి మాట్లాడితే ఫారెస్ట్ డైవర్షన్స్ అనేవి పెరుగుతున్నప్పుడు 2047కి ఎలా మీరు సస్టైనబిలిటీగా ప్రూవ్ చేస్తారు అని ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. సెకండ్లీ, ఇప్పుడు అసిందో అరాద్ ఛత్తీస్గఢ్ ఫారెస్ట్ ఎక్కడైతే ఉందో అక్కడ కోల్ మైనింగ్ అవుతుంది కదా. అక్కడ ఏమైందంటే ఆ ఏరియాలో ఉన్న ట్రైబల్ కమ్యూనిటీస్ ఉంటారు కదా, ఆ పీపుల్ అనేవాళ్ళు చాలా ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతున్నారు. ద ట్రైబల్ పీపుల్, ఇండిజినస్ ట్రైబల్ పీపుల్ కాంట్ లివ్ ఇన్ మెయిన్ ల్యాండ్
బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దర్ కల్చర్, ట్రెడిషన్స్, హెరిటేజెస్. అది మా కో పార్లమెంట్ ఏమంటున్నారంటే, మీరు ఇలా ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు, మీరు అక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ట్రైబల్ పీపుల్ని ఎరాడికేట్ చేస్తున్నారు. అక్కడ వాళ్ళు ఎరాడికేట్ చేయకుండా ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ చేసినప్పుడు అక్కడ వాళ్ళకి ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే లైక్ బెటర్ వే ఆఫ్ టు డెవలప్మెంట్ అండ్ సస్టైనబిలిటీకి కూడా మనం ఆ వేకి వెళ్ళొచ్చు. దిస్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాక్ అని చెప్తున్నారు.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. My question is to Health Minister. How can a regulator with all of its staff ensure the safety of medicines consumed by the 1.4 billion peoples and exported to over 150 countries? How can a regulator with all of its staff ensure the safety of medicines and consumed by the 1.4 billion people and exported to over 150 countries? Okay. Sorry. Once again, I'll ask the question. How can a regulator with all of its staff ensure the safety and medicines consumed by the 1.4 billion with half of its staff ensure the safety of medicines consumed by the 1.4 billion peoples and exported to over 150 countries?
Right to reply. Honorable Speaker, we have proper vigilance commission. So this vigilance commission is going to check that all data, sir. Thank you. Honorable Speaker, we have proper vigilance commission to look after all this. So our vigilance commission is to check all this. Thank you, sir.
So our member is trying to say is, what he is trying to say is, sir, we appointed a commission. It will report that about the scarcity of staff and employment, and they will once they provided the report, will raise their staff, and also we are trying to introduce a advanced technology so that there will be no need or less need of human employment. Thank you.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. The Central Drug Standard Control Organization stated that out of 504 sanctioned drug inspectors, posts 250 remain vacant, and 187 regulatory and 63 medical devices vacancies are happened. And to fulfill the vacancies, sir.
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. I'll promise to the respected opposition that we'll release a notification and fill the vacancies by the month end. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My question is to TDP party. క్యాన్ ఐ స్పీక్ ఇన్ తెలుగు? అమరావతిని డ్రీమ్ క్యాపిటల్గా చూపించారు, కానీ ఎన్నో ఇయర్స్ గడిచింది, ఇంకా కంప్లీట్ అవ్వలేదు. చాలామంది ఫార్మర్స్ వాళ్ళ ల్యాండ్ ఇచ్చారు, మరి డెవలప్మెంట్ ఏది, జస్టిస్ ఏది?
Farmers voluntarily gave their land, they trusted our development. But when the YSRCP government came, they stopped the progress.
Point of honor, Honorable Speaker. Honor. Point of reply. కెన్ ఐ స్పీక్ ఇన్ తెలుగు? ఒకవేళ నిజమైన డెవలప్మెంట్ అయితే ఫార్మర్స్ ఇంకా ఎందుకు అక్కడ ప్రొటెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు? ఎందుకని బేసిక్ ఇన్ఫ్రా ఇంకా కంప్లీట్ అవ్వలేదు? మీరు ప్రామిసెస్ చేస్తారు కానీ, అదే ప్రామిసెస్ ఇస్తారు కానీ రిజల్ట్స్ అయితే ఇవ్వట్లేదు.
They changed 3 capitals. So because of these 3 capitals, investors are can I speak in Telugu, Honorable Speaker? Investors భయపడి growth కి support చేయట్లేదు, Your Honor. Sorry, Honorable Speaker.
Allow me to speak in Telugu for a minute. Why? Fine, then the member of parliament of YSRCP party is raising a concern that the Amaravati project is not yet completed. But as of 2014 it was started, the works are going full-fledged. But when they came in 2019, all of a sudden the Jagan brother got an idea of 3 capitals and he proposed an idea of 3 capital bill. And at least for sake of namesake, he didn't even build a single building in Vizag. And I also want to mention that the farmers' protest was happened nearly for 500 days while during the period of YSRCP, not during the period of TDP.
Bharat 2047 is 21 years away. Will NDA government table a 5-year roadmap with yearly targets in house, or is 2047 just a slogan? If you want to raise your placards, please raise properly. Shri Mahesh Kumar. Don't repeat it again. This is the question to ruling party. Viksit Bharat 2047 is 21 years away. Will India government table a 5-year roadmap with yearly targets in house, or 2047 is just a slogan? Shri V. Somanna, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Can I talk in the... Okay. Niti Aayog is providing plans like in medium term like 7 years like Viksit Bharat, and long term like in 20 years. Providing medium term in 7 years, long term in 20 years plans.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Right to reply. Can I speak in Telugu? Niti Aayog has plans for 7 years plan, 1 year plan, and 20-year plans. We are planning structurally and properly to achieve the Viksit Bharat.
Let's move to the next question. This is a question from Shri Akhilesh Yadav to the Education Minister of ruling party, why there are so many vacant government posts left unfilled when 11 millions of educated youth are desperate for employment? How our country will develop with the existence of educated unemployment? Concerned Minister is requested to answer the question. Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, you are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The question is about which. Could you please repeat the question?
Want me to repeat the question, right? Why there are so many vacant government posts left unfilled when 11 millions of educated youth are desperate for employment? How our country will develop with the existence of educated unemployment?
Okay. Can the opposition provide what are the vacancy jobs have left?
Shri Akhilesh Yadav, please answer to that question. You are recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The question by the Education Ministry is absolutely correct. The vacancies for so many government hospitals have so many doctor vacancies, and also in government schools also so many teachers vacancies are also there. So
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Right to follow up. If we take rural areas, 80% specialists are vacant. There is 80% specialist vacancies in doctors field.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. In schools, we are providing various physical education facilities so that school students, they can play and they can decrease their obesity levels. And we are also providing various co-curricular activities in schools. No. Actually, we are trying to decrease the obesity levels in the schools by various physical education activities like karate and yoga practices. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Point of information. According to Lancet Global of Disease, comparing with before year, obesity percentage in women, it is 30.5%, but now it increased to 40.4%. In men, 22.9%, and now it increased to 24.3%. And high blood sugar levels in women, 13.4%, it increased to 15.6%. And in men's, 15.6%, now it increased to 20.9%. తగ్గిస్తున్నాము అని చెప్పారు సార్.
The smart cities has improved the urban mobility, digital governance, surveillance, green spaces and public services in many cities. Large infrastructure projects naturally take time, but most projects have been completed and are nearing completion.
Minister can rephrase the sentence. We can't hear, we can't understand what the urban affairs minister is trying to say. That.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I right to reply. I, Manohar Lal. The Smart Cities Mission has improved urban mobility, digital governance, surveillance, green spaces and public services in many cities. Large infrastructure projects naturally take time, but most of the projects have been completed or are nearing to completion.
Smart cities provide the common benefits of better employment opportunities, better education access, and better healthcare facilities. Also, digital access and also helps the government to provide e-governance efficiently. A common man can get these benefits from smart cities.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Point of order. How they can provide those facilities? Can you please explain?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Right to reply. So the measures to, for the middle class family and for small farmers, through transfer of payments and subsidizing food items like vegetables through proper MSPs and ration shops and by providing subsidies. And the problem will be solved in the long term through proper fiscal policy, because of now the world is in global oil crisis.
Does MSPs legalized in India? They have been legalized. I'm asking, MSP has been legalized. There has been introduced any legal system for MSP?
So if it is not legalized, that doesn't mean it should not done welfare to the people. My question is, Honorable Leader of Opposition is saying that MSP is not legalized. Our Parliament has said that through MSP will somehow reduce the prices of goods. So what link is this, whether the MSP is legalized or not?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Point of order. MSP has been not legalized. Then ruling government is trying to cover what the main core of behind what is the core of main aspects has been done in. They are covering. First one, the ministry told that through MSP you are giving. Then how much percent? How many farmers have been helped that have been done through MSPs? I'll rephrase my question. If you or you can talk in Telugu, then I can rephrase. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. ద మెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రూలింగ్ పార్టీ నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు చెప్పినట్టు ఏమంటున్నారు, ఎంఎస్పీ లీగలైజ్ చేయకపోతే ఏమి ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా అంటున్నారు. అసలు ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే ఎందుకు ఫార్మర్స్ ప్రొటెస్ట్ చేస్తారు, ఎందుకు ఫార్మర్స్ వచ్చి స్ట్రైక్స్ చేస్తారు, లా అండ్ ఆర్డర్ ఎందుకు లైక్ డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతుంది, అండ్ వై ఫార్మర్స్ డెత్స్, వై ఫార్మర్స్ సూసైడ్స్ ఆర్ హ్యాపెనింగ్. అండ్ ఎంఎస్పీ ఒకటే కాదు, లైక్ దే ఆర్ ఇంప్లిమెంటింగ్ ఫసల్ బీమా యోజన అండ్ పిఎం కిసాన్. ఇవన్నీ ఎందుకు ఇస్తున్నారు? పబ్లిక్ డెప్ తగ్గడానికి ఇస్తున్నారు. ఒకళ్ళు పబ్లిక్ డెప్ తగ్గడానికి ఈ స్కీమ్స్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే ఎందుకు పబ్లిక్ డెప్స్ ఇంకా పెరుగుతున్నాయి?
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Those schemes were given for the welfare of farmer, not to reduce the public debt. Why do we give a scheme for how to reduce the public debt with these schemes? The schemes are provided for the welfare of the farmer, not to reduce the public debt. Even since the schemes will increase the public debt. Thank you.
Speaker, there is support from the central to get tap water to every home, but we didn't get any support from the state. Like in Congress ruling states like Telangana, Karnataka and Himachal Pradesh.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Rajnath Singh, would like to lay a motion on the floor by suspending 0 hour and move to the bill proceedings for the time period of 1 hour.
A small caution to all the members. The earlier session went very boring because of 2 reasons. One, the questions are quite senseless, immature, contentless. That's one reason. And also the replies are also not worthy enough. This is the bill which is very contentious from both the sides. Both the sides have equal number of points. But the problem is we can't give any more marks to Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi or the key participants or even Jai Shankar. These guys have been participating since the morning. These guys are only repeating. Ante వాళ్ళకి వేయాల్సిన మార్క్స్ ఆల్రెడీ వేసేసాం. We can't avoid further more marks. So this is chance for all the new members to put forth your arguments very forcefully. New members, be active. This is your chance. Don't worry about fear or fear of communication or fear of bullying and all. This is the chance. And every point that you make will be applauded or criticized from either sides. Kabatti, please make use of this opportunity to the freshers particularly. I hope you will make best use of the opportunities. Leaders of opposition and leaders of position both try to make your members both more participative. Okay? I hope we will have a good session for the next 1 hour.
Proposed the elimination bill. Clause 1. The elimination based on latest census. All parliamentary and assembly constituents shall be withdrawn using the latest officially published census to ensure equal representation of citizens. Clause 2. Independent Elimination Commission. A elimination commission headed by a retired Supreme Court judge along with election commission members shall independently conduct the elimination exercise without political interference. Clause 3. Public consultation. Draft consultancy maps shall be published for public comments and public hearings shall be conducted in every state before finalization. Clause 4. Geographical and administrative balance. Constituents should be geographically compact and as far as possible. Respect district and administrative boundaries while considering transport conductivity and public conveniences. Clause 5. Reservation for SCs, STs and women. Reservation of seats for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and 1/3 reservation for women shall be implemented according to the constitutional provisions and voted periodically. Clause 6. Periodic delineation. Delineation shall be undertaken after every decimal census to ensure fair and updated representation. Population based. Clause 7. Population based seat allocation without freeze. The existing freeze on redistribution of Lok Sabha seats shall be removed and seats shall be allocated strictly according to the latest population figures. Clause 8. Performance based incentive seats. Up to 5% of additional parliamentary seats may be awarded to state demonstrating sustained achievements in population stabilization. literacy and human development. Judicial review of delimitation orders. Instead of making delimitation commission orders completely immune from judicial challenges, citizens and state may challenge them before the Supreme Court within 60 days. Clause 10. Use of modern technology. The Commission shall use GIS mapping, satellite imagery, and digital public constellation platforms to ensure transparency, accuracy, and accessibility throughout the delimitation process. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I, Rajnath Singh, would like to lay a motion on the floor to pause the bill proceedings and move to the break for the duration of 15 minutes.
If the latest population census are taken into consideration, the states who had implemented family planning lose parliamentary seats, while the states who failed to do so getting rewarded. Are you punishing responsible citizens and rewarding democratic failure?
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. The point raised by the Honorable Co-Parliamentarian is not relevant to Clause 1.
The same thing has been mentioned in Clause 8 and Clause 9. The states can even file a case in the Supreme Court. The opposition is dividing India geographically because they can't win against us electorally. There is nothing called as North-South states. All states will be given fair representation under Independent Delimitation Commission. There is nothing that our party or the northern states will get some favor from the delimitation. In the end, the authority is the Delimitation Commission. It is independent.
Right to follow up, Honorable Speaker. The amendment proposed by our co-parliamentarian is not relevant to Clause 1, but our co-parliamentarian has raised the point in regards to census as to when it will happen and how it being relevant to this particular act. Yes, the last conducted census is 2011, yet 2026 census at the moment is in works and we'll soon have results in regards to it. So our co-parliamentarian can be rest assured that from now on, the census will be conducted as it should be in biennial format, which is once every 10 years. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
While calculating only about the census, we can also add states' individual GDP in this amendment, because southern states usually contribute more to the entire GDP of the country more than the northern states.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Right to reply. As our co-parliamentarian mentioned that southern states should be recognized. So according to the 16th Finance Commission, the allocation is also given to the states, the southern states who have performed well in the demographic performance. They are allocated 10%. For example, Tamil Nadu and various states, and contribution to GDP. According to the 16th Finance Commission, the states who contribute to the GDP has allocated 10% and demographic performance has been given 10% allocation. So they have given enough incentives to promote their growth. And they have not denied any incentives or any schemes or any funds.
Parliamentary inquiry, Honorable Speaker. Please ask our co-parliamentarians to stick to the clauses when they're asking the questions. If not, the debate points will be wasted and questions being out of place will not allow for proper debate.
Our co-parliament Deepinder Singh said that the southern states are contributing more and the northern states are not. This bill is look closely at the provision 8. It is a special reward system. States with good education, healthcare and population control get up to 5% extra bonus seats. This bill does not punish southern state, it rewards good governance of southern states. Thank you.
other than judge, they have said that the election commission will be an integral part of appointing independent delimitation commission. The election commission is already tasked with conducting elections. If now the election commission is given the delimitation powers, it will overload them, and again it will worse, and they will become both map maker and map implementer, which will lead to a conflict of interest.
Point of right to reply, Honorable Speaker. I would like to remind to the opposition members that Article 81 and Article 170 of Indian Constitution clearly establish that Election Commission will conduct a delimitation. The Parliament will make a act and constitute a delimitation commission. That too, an independent delimitation commission apart from the government. And Election Commission of India has already a wide knowledge about the elections and constituencies. It is also an independent constitutional body, so it has the eligibility to be in the commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Tamil Nadu contributes 14% of Indian GDP, but has only 5.4% of Lok Sabha seats. UP contributes 7% of GDP and has 15% of Lok Sabha seats. On what principle of justice is this based?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The 42nd Amendment in 1976 would originally freeze seat allocation precisely to encourage population control. And the 84th Amendment in 2001 extend the freeze until 2026. Now the government lifts the freeze, and southern states that successfully control the population are penalized. And but in UP and BR, those regions gains 40 seats, and Kerala gains only 10 seats. What kind of better deal is that?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Right to reply. As India follows democracy, means the principle of one person, one vote. So the representation is based on the population, so that every vote have equal value. And in order to pay equal attention to the states which have low population, as I already mentioned, that 16th Finance Commission has already given funds and allocations to the states who have performed well in the demographic performance, contribution to GDP and forest and ecology. So I feel that there is equal representation for the states who have more population, or also to the states who have less population.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Our ruling party government rewarding higher population or rewarding population stabilization?
Right to reply, Honorable Speaker. The bill and the Honorable Finance Minister has never mentioned about equal representation. There can be no equal representation because the census and the delimitation are linked. So the delimitation can be done only through the population, and the population we can do only things like we provided clause 8 where we provided performance based incentive seats for up to 5% for the southern states, which will benefit it. Thank you.
The honorable co-parliamentarian has raised a fair point in regards to, they are also forgetting the fact that for a very long time, due to 42nd Amendment and later on 81st Amendment, that they have also deprived, this provision has also deprived many people of their fair representation in a democracy. India is first and finally, most importantly, a democratic country. So by taking forward this bill, and in particular this clause, we are actually upholding these democratic values.
The southern states have successfully implemented your family planning and healthcare objectives rather more than what
northern states did. Then why the present government is turning a national policy triumph into a political penalty for our state and all other our southern states? Southern states have implemented your family planning and healthcare directives more efficiently. Then why this government is turning a national policy triumph into political penalty for the southern states? Have successfully implemented your family planning objectives and healthcare objectives more efficiently than the northern states. Then why this present government is turning a national policy triumph into penalty for our, especially for our southern states?
Members who are supporting clause 8, please raise your placard. Members who are not supporting, please raise your placard. Clause 8 is passed. Clause 9. Instead of taking delimitation commission orders completely immune from judicial challenge, citizens and states may challenge them before the Supreme Court in 60 days. Are there any amendments for clause 9? Are there any amendments for clause 9? Members who are supporting clause 9, please raise your placards. Members who are not supporting clause 9, please raise your placards. Clause 9 is passed. Clause 10. The Commission can use GIS mapping, satellite imagery, and digital public consultation platforms to ensure transparency, accuracy, and accessibility throughout the delimitation process. Any amendments for clause 10? Members who are supporting clause 10, raise your placards. Members who are not supporting, raise your placards. Clause 10 is passed. Members who are supporting this delimitation bill, say aye. Aye. Members who are not supporting this bill, say no. No. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it.
Parliament Inquiry Speaker. Can I speak in Telugu? This last. Under Article 368, which outlines the power of Parliament to amend the Constitution and produce to do so, amendment required a special majority or 2/3 majority for the Constitution Amendment Act for 131st.
Is our class yes, it's a 90 members of speaker, special majority, constant 2/3 and 58 members are 58 majority of the bill pass చేసుకోండి లేదంటే నో కాంగ్రెస్ మోషన్ because of ruling party మేము రిజల్ట్ ఎక్కువ మంది లేరు మేము లాబీ చేసి మేము కన్ఫ్యూజ్ సార్ మా ఎలియన్స్ కలిపి మేము